2.2 The switching domains. Collision domains. Switches eliminate collision domains and reduce congestion. When there's a full duplex on the link, it is a collision-free domain, which means data can be sent and received at the same time. Therefore, the collision domains are eliminated. When there's one or more devices in a half duplex, there will now be a collision domain. The contention for the bandwidth. Collisions are also possible. For our members that are using internet decades ago, you may heard about hub. One main reason for having or using a hub, it only supports half duplex. So the big problem for using that is there's almost always have collision domains. When the data starts sending out and go into the interface and start to broadcast, the data can collide with other data trying to enter into the ports. Most devices, including the Cisco and Microsoft, use auto negotiation as the default setting for duplex and the speed. A broadcast domain extends across all layer 1 or layer 2 devices on a LAN. Only layer 3 device, router, will break the broadcast domain, also called a MAC broadcast domain. The broadcast domain consists of all devices on the LAN that receive the broadcast traffic. When the layer 2 switch receives the broadcast, it will flood out all interfaces except for the ingress interface. And too many broadcasts can cause big congestion. This is the reason we need to subdivide our big network into smaller pieces. Of course, not too small, but it's a bad idea to have a single domain, single network. This is one of the reasons when the layer 2 switch start to flood out the data, it will send it to all these devices in the same network. Too many broadcasts may cause congestion and poor network performance. Increasing the devices at layer 1 or layer 2 will cause the broadcast domain to expand. So if you look at here, the lower box shows there are two networks. For example, some devices connect to switch 1, the one on the left-hand side, and there are some devices connect to switch 2. If a computer in network 1 connect to switch 1, need to send the information to a computer or a device in switch 2, connect to switch 2, it will come out from switch 1, and then when it reaches to switch 2 start to broadcast by copy and sending the message to all its connected devices in the same network. So a broadcast domain is a group of systems that can receive one another's broadcast message. When using a hub to connect 5 systems in a network environment, if one system sends a broadcast message, the message is received by all other systems connected to the hub. For this reason, all ports on the hub create a single broadcast domain. Likewise, if all 5 systems were connected to a switch and one of the systems sent a broadcast message, the broadcast message would be received by all other systems on the network. Therefore, when using a switch, all ports are part of the same broadcast domain. If you want to control which system receives the broadcast messages, you would have to use a router that does not forward broadcast messages onto other networks. You could also use virtual LAN, VLAN, on a switch. And we're going to learn how to use VLAN, including the features and the characteristics of it, how to create VLAN, their commands in Chapter 3, with each VLAN being a different broadcast domain. Remember that a router is the device you use to create multiple broadcast domains. Alleviated network congestion. Switches use the MAC address table and full duplex to eliminate collisions and avoid congestions. Features of the switch that alleviate congestions are as follows. So here has 5 different protocols. The fast protocol speed. The function is depending on the model. Switches may have up to 100 gigabits per second port speeds. For the fast internal switching, this uses the fast internal bus or shared memory to improve performance. The large frame buffer. This allows for the temporary storage while processing large quantities of frames. High port density. This provides many ports for the devices to be connected to the LAN with less cost. This also provides for a more logical traffic with less congestion.